So I've got everything set up in here. I've got the headlamp in the smoker already. It's coming up to temperature. I've got it set to about 225, I think. I don't know if we can get the glare off of that. So it's getting close to temp. So hopefully we'll be able to cook this for about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. And that'll soften up that adhesive so we can get the lens off the housing. And these are all the tools that I'm using to try to get this thing apart. Just a couple of packs of various pry tools. And then I also have a metal panel clip removal tool that I got at like O'Reilly's or whatever. Just to like pry up the edges of the clips or whatever that might be connected. All right, let's get this thing out of the oven. Hopefully it's a nice golden brown. It's going to be warm. Yep. Oh, it smells like a good smoked meat. Anyways, it is warm, so that's why I've got mechanics style gloves on, and then we just start working away at it. All right, so I've had this in the oven, the smoker, for a long time. This time it was 20 minutes around, and it was hard to get off. Like, if I never have to do this again, that would be great. But here we are, got the lens off, and now we can start getting to the install of the light kit. Now that we have the lens cover off, there's 4 bolts that need to come out, or screws. They're T20s, and they're in each one of these little like half circle cutouts in here. So all this is just a cover. Now I'm going to try to dump these screws out onto my towel. I've got 1, 2, and this one's still in there, 3, and the 4th one I got out correctly right away. So now, from here, there are 3 LED boards, 2 that's down here. Let's see, 2 that's down here, and they're held on by a little plastic strap and then their own screw, and then the last board is down here. So I'm going to take these apart one at a time just so that I'm not losing screws or whatever. And these ones are T15, so just so you know. And that one, the screw that holds the actual board down is a T20. So the straps are T15. The board itself is a T20. These are stuck on there pretty good because they have a silicone thermal patch underneath there. So I'm going to unhook the wire and then use a little tiny precision screwdriver here. I'm just going to get it up under there very carefully. Sometimes the sill pad will stay on the aluminum heatsink. Sometimes it'll stay on the back of your pad here. So you will need to reuse that. I'm going to grab the other pads here. And they're attached to this wire loom. And I found it easier to actually hook these to the pads when they were actually still connected to the wires. So they do come apart, but trying to hook these in while it's connected is going to be a pain. So I left them connected. And then this, you can just kind of peel off Get a corner going. Ah. And then you can lay this right back on your new pad. And then you can lay that back down. And starting with the screw that we took out last, I didn't go too tight on this yet, just barely till it stopped. So probably want to do that so you don't crack this new board. And then, so this little, like, I don't know, claw that goes around here, I'm not sure what that's for, but I'm sure it's for something. So I am gonna put that right back on the way it was. And then again, T15s, just screw that back on. Then I will make sure that's snug as well. And then we'll just repeat the process for these other two. And then route the wire so that it stays out of the way. So I want to take a quick comparison of the RGBW on the left here and the plain white from the factory. So diode dynamics on the left, factory single white on the right. So drop that out of the way. This right here is the LED. Just a small little thing, produces all that light. On the diode dynamics one, you can see that it's a little bit different, and there are 4 LEDs in there. So that's how you know the difference on these. If you get them mixed up, you know, if you were to take these and get them mixed up in your pile of parts, that's how you would tell the difference. Oh, and the plugs are different as well. So the factory one will not plug into the diode dynamics. They're completely different. And I am using hand tools for this because I don't want the power of a drill to accidentally strip out the screw holes out of this heatsink. So I'll just get them snug here. And then that way I don't have to worry about stripping anything out. This black plug needs to exit the headlight housing. And so what I'm going to do is right here, there's a spot that has nothing behind it. And so I will use my drill and a step bit and basically drill out the size of this cube or square. And just for consistency's sake, I put the one in the other headlamp in this kind of more bottom hole. So, can run this wire across the back here. Turn around so you can kind of see what I'm doing here, hopefully. So it's around the back. I'm going under the light here. Long skinny fingers are helpful for this. And then what I had to do on the other one was I just kind of bent the wires at an angle out of that to make it a little bit easier. The wind is starting to pick up. And then I'll get a grommet to get that out of there, or seal that up. Now all of the original white wires that are part of the factory lighting system just need to be tucked back down in there. They are unused going forward. All right. And so basically I want to be able to secure this here. And I want to leave that a little bit loose for now, because I do want to be able to slide that grommet on over this. So that is, I'm going to leave that for now. And then once that is done, we're ready to assemble the rest of the headlight back together. All right, now the headlamp needs to string that down through. Gravity might help. And oh, come on. Okay. There we go. And then we'll slide the lamp back into place, making sure that we align things correctly. So this one is kind of challenging to get in there correctly. Like, alignment is kind of weird or whatever. All right, now, as you can see, this section, I kind of melted on mine. So the cap that normally goes in there, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to reseal things, because yeah, it's generally borked. So I don't know how I'm gonna fix this yet. What happened is, when I was trying to loosen the adhesive, this part of the socket thing here came in contact with the smoker. So I'm gonna have to like trim this down, maybe get a heat gun, warp that out, but you know, it's pretty messed up. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna say that for another day. The sky's getting kind of gray, so it's still be in this video, but oh, while I'm here, I can reassemble this. So there's a couple of bits here, right? So there's this orange plug And then there is, if I can find it here. Here we go. Alright, so I didn't get this on the disassembly side of things, but this is, I guess, the driver, so to speak, for the main headlamp. And the way this goes on is that just plugs in, and then the purple one plugs in and clicks. And then for this, there's a little clamp cover that just goes on over this, and it slides into a couple of grooves inside this driver, and then it's held on, which is 3 screws. So that's going to be 1. This will be number 2 and 3. And these are T15s. So the same. What? I am incorrect. They are 20s. So let's grab that 20. These screws that hold this on are T20s. And I'm not pushing, not putting any of them in too tightly to begin with. Just want to get this on evenly. And then these are a little, I think these are some sort of vents in case water gets in there and can get out. I don't exactly know for sure, but they are 2 pieces, and they go on way better if you push the black piece on and then the brown piece after the black piece is already in place. Otherwise, things just get really tight really quick. And there's 4 of them. And then, once I can figure out what I'm going to do with this, that'll be good. And the grommet. And then these other 2 screws hold on a little plate that I'm not going to put on just yet. Oh, you know what I got to do? Got to put this bezel back on. The one thing that I figured out, because these are in there kind of low and it's hard to keep held on, I just put a little piece of masking tape so that the screw holds on to the driver just enough to get it started. And once all 4 have been started, I'll take that tape off. Now, I take that tape off and finish driving these in the rest of the way. Okay, the next step is to get these things tested. So we're going to head on to wiring before we cover and put the lens covers back on.